when you hear that and you hear about numbing in the hand and losing feeling in a shooting hand, that's a big deal. But he knocks down, I think was he 4 or 5 last night from beyond the arc?
From three. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. And so whatever's going on with his hand, he can still knock shots down. And if he's comfortable playing with whatever he's going through, to me, you have to have confidence if you're a Knick fan because of what Josh Hart has done for you and done with this group to date. I think you just give him the benefit of the doubt because he's been such an important part of this team's success that, maybe you're scratching your head. You're saying, why don't you have surgery? Why not surgery? But I think you give Hart and you give the Knick medical staff the benefit of the doubt here, that he knows his body. He knows what makes sense for him. Where are you on that, John, though? Surgery, no surgery, and Josh Hart?
I mean, he's a professional athlete. He's been in the league for a long time. I will trust him and his opinion on his body more than I will trust, my own or any outside, to say nothing of the fact that the Knicks medical staff literally just won an award for having, they were the best staff in the league last year. So if they feel that the plan, moving forward is to just let Josh Hart kind of play through it, and I'm, it's funny you use the word confidence before in the context of fans having confidence in Hart. To me, Josh Hart, as much as maybe I'm sure his physical issues are impacting him, this is a player that I think it always comes back to his level of confidence at any given time. And does he feel confident in his jump shot and in his ability to do all the things that, when he's going right, he is able to do on the floor. And I think what you've seen the last 3 games is an incredibly confident player who is feeling more comfortable. I really thought his comments to you guys about having a consistent role in Mike Brown's offense as opposed to maybe being a starter sometimes and then going to the bench sometimes. I thought that was really interesting and revealing. And maybe now he's settling into, like, I know what I'm going to be every night. It's going to be, 20, 25 minutes off the bench. Whatever it is, the guy that is playing for them right now doesn't seem like he needs any surgeries for anything because he's playing really good basketball.
And just one other thing, John, you hit on one thing I wanted to say, which was the idea that there's consistency there with the patterns, and Josh knows where he stands in that rotation. I talked to him a little bit this week, just off the side, about surgery, and he said it's far off the table. And there are a couple of reasons that he brought up that I thought maybe were interesting that maybe people don't think about, because if you go in and you have that surgery, yes, a timetable reportedly 3 months, but you're talking about your shooting hand, you're talking about nerves in your hand, and it's a risk, right? It's a big risk, and you're talking about a big rehab in season. And I understood, just in Josh's explanation, I understood why he is not thinking about surgery, because you open it up, who knows what happens. And, you have a plan going into surgery. Sometimes, plans go awry. And so it's also a shooting hand, and there's just too much on the line in terms of what could go wrong with that kind of a surgery in season. So I get it, because I was one of the people who thought, like, why not just get under the knife, get it over with, and come back? But after asking him about it, like, the things that he was saying made a lot of sense to me. It's different when it's your body, and it's different when you're thinking about coming back from something that's as significant as that. So I can understand that from his perspective. We hit on Miles McBride a little earlier. The defensive player of the game, he got it. He got the Tims.
The Tims.
And he got the treatment after the game where they're taking a picture, and Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson in the background, man, they're getting me every time on that defensive player of the game picture. But I think you got to credit the Knicks for putting that together, because it seems like something that maybe it's trivial to us, but it can build team camaraderie. Guys have fun with it, whether it matters to the outside or not. It looks like they're having a good time with it.
Well, Mike Brown. I think I don't know if Ian, you think this is fair to say. He's asking for a lot of buy-in here. This is a team that just went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and now he's asking them to change a lot of what made them successful last year. You know, you've spoken a lot about this on my show, on this show. And so I think to do any of those little things that you could do along the way to just, you know, it's something silly as putting a smile on guys' face, give guys a reason to laugh and something to look forward to after the game. I again, I'm a naive sports fan when it comes to this stuff sometimes, but in my mind, I'm like, this stuff has to help, right? It has to go a little bit further towards building the camaraderie and the culture and all that good stuff. So, and it's just cool to see from a fan's perspective. I love that they put out the picture after every game and seeing where Josh or Jalen are going to be. And then you have McCall is always in the seat, the spot right next to the winner.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, is he never going to win it because he likes being in that secondary spot? I don't know.